Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Fantastic Friday. I am so blessed and honored to have with me another at the table member of the executive team, leadership team. Today, I have the amazing Miss Sheri Young on here joining me. Welcome, Miss Sheri.
It's a delight to be in your presence and to have the opportunity to chat.
Thank you very much. Well, Ms. Sheri, let's go ahead and get into us chatting with each other. I know so much about you. I know so much about your amazing woman, but tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
So I am originally from Detroit, Michigan. I married a marvelous man that made coming to Columbus, Ohio worthwhile. Although I didn't marry him until later in life. So when he came here as a teen, to all of y'all Buckeyes, let me just say, I asked him, are you going to that Cowtown to veg? What is wrong with you? But later in life, we married and I moved here, and I've determined that Columbus is really a great place to be. We fostered at-risk teenage boys. So at one point or another, had 48 kids running through our house at one time or another. Not all at one time, though, thank God. Had at one time was 6, all of them not necessarily fosters, but children that lived with us. His goal in life was to see that all boys had a male role model, a positive male role model in their lives. So we fostered at-risk teenage boys. My husband died of cancer a couple of years ago, but I've fallen in love with Columbus and don't mind being here. In addition to that, professionally, I worked through AT&T. I was an area manager. I had offices in Little Rock, Orlando, Miami, Southfield, and then here in Columbus and in Tennessee. So offices all throughout the states. We handled orders and issues when customer services were in jeopardy of not being installed the way they ought to. So busy, worked there 37 years, retired just a couple of years ago. And I have a grandson, that is the son of one of my foster sons, who thinks he rules my life, and he's pretty close to right. And although my husband's ministry was primarily to young men, mine on the flip side has been to women.
Yeah.
I am currently retired, working as program director for At the Table. I am a member of New Covenant Believers Church, been in church all my life, and been busy about the business of building the kingdom. For the church that I currently attend, I am on the women's ministry. So I co-chair the women's ministry board. But there are other organizational things for a different organization, the Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ. I had the registration for their international organization. So I got a whole heap of things going on. You want to keep going down that line, or should we talk about it at the table?
Well, let's talk about it at the table, but you're amazing. You're an amazing woman. I am so blessed and honored to have you on here. But let's talk a little bit more about At the Table, as you are the program director for the Thrive program. So tell everybody a little bit about Thrive, because we didn't touch on it for the other two guests.
Okay, so I'm assuming then that in talking to the other guests, you talk through that the whole purpose of At the Table is to help women enhance their lives, to help them become empowered with fulfilling their passion.
Yes.
So in my mind's eye, it's not too late. It's never too late, but it's a whole lot better to start early.
Yeah.
So one of the initiatives that we have at helping women start early is Thrive. Thrive, and I'm sure they've said this to you before, but THRIVE, transcending her real life issues victoriously through empowerment. So Thrive The goal is exactly to do what the name infers. We have issues, we have challenges, but the goal is to figure out how to transcend them.
Mm,
We provide then tools that help empower women and girls.
yeah.
And in particular for Thrive, it's about the girl. We have a mentorship program that goes into the local high school, and we've been fortunate. We've been afforded the opportunity. This is the end of our third year. So we are in the school for the full academic year. We start late September, early October, and we go all the way through the month of May when the school semester ends. What we do is we go into the school every week. We have a program where the teachers and the principals come together and determine who they want for us to work with. They give us a set of students, and we meet with that group of students every week
Mm-hmm.
unless school is closed. We take in all kinds of professionals with the intent of saying to the girls, look, wherever you start up does not have to be where you end up.
Right.
So bring in women who started pretty much where the students are. So we've had people who were actually students at Mifflin, uh, and now they are entrepreneurs, they are judges, they are lawyers, they are nurses and doctors, they are barbers. We take as many different women so as we can to show skills, to teach skills, to tell their story, and to say, you can begin right now. You can't go back and redo anything, but you can begin right now to create a new end to your story.
I love it. And that's so true. I am honored and blessed to be part of the Thrive program and have some amazing young ladies even to come through the program that I even got to talk to and meet. So that was a really great pleasure to meet those young ladies. As Thrive is faced with faced with those young ladies, what's one challenge that you have faced with Thrive?
Girl, you just want one. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
just one, just one.
Um, in the beginning, because many of them are placed there, so they don't come by choice. Now, as the semester goes on, others hear about what we're doing and come in saying, oh, can I join? Can I be a part?
Mhm.
But in the beginning, the students that we get are not there by choice. And so, of course, you come in with preconceived notions
Yes.
and often with a chip on your shoulder. Our challenge is to move beyond that and still love them through whatever their issue is and work toward beginning to share with them what we have to give. We got a lot to give. It cost us to take the time to come. So getting beyond the initial um, chips on the shoulder attitude, concern that
Mhm.
the girls have. And when you consider as well, so this last semester, we had ninth graders.
Right.
So 14, a whole lot of things going on in the body,
Yes,
in
ma'am.
your mind, who you are, what you want to be. So getting beyond that to still have them hear what it is we want to say.
Absolutely. Well, as Ms. Sheri had talked about, there's so many facilitators and mentors that comes through the program
Yeah.
that are touching the young ladies. So, Ms. Sheri, what was your favorite facilitator or topic that was shared with the young ladies this year?
That's dangerous. That's
Um,
dangerous.
but then we had a lot though. This year was powerful. This year was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
powerful
yeah.
topic.
Yeah, each year. So it's hard to say what was the favorite. Let me say what we've done,
Okay.
because even if I start and go backwards from where we are right now, with school closed down, or at least the physical structure closed down, we determined that we were not going to be thwarted,
Mhm.
because we could easily do that, but then what kind of message does that send? Because we're
Right.
trying to say to them, don't let things, obstacles get in your way from accomplishing what you need to do. So sheltering in place is just an obstacle that
Mhm.
needs to be overcome.
So true.
So in order to overcome that, what we've done is we now do Zoom, same time, same station every week, on Wednesdays at noon, just like we were going into the school. And I started there to say what we've had since school has been out. We've had a makeup artist
Yes.
to teach the girls how to care for their skin. Skincare regime is important. And man, I sat there listening to her and saying, oh, I don't do that. I need to consider that. So, it's fantastic because we're learning as we go, as we go.
Absolutely.
We've had this week, Samara Tillman did a session on self esteem and was fresh, because
Yeah.
fresh is a current word. So she talked about to them what really is fresh. Creating impressions, first impressions,
Mm,
lasting impressions. Last week, Magistrate Lachelle Stroud,
mm,
who is running for office or has won, I think, or running for, anyway, running as a judge. She came in to talk to them again about the same kind of thing I mentioned, where figuring out where you are early and then where you want to go. So she talked to them about goal setting and how early on she knew she wanted to be a lawyer, but then what did she have to do
mhm.
throughout life to get to that point? Um, I do like, we didn't do as much of that this semester, but last year when she came, she brought cases because she's the juvenile magistrate. So she brought cases that were cases she has tried,
Mhm.
no names, but the cases to give the girls the opportunity. So here's what I have to judge. Here's the case. Here's what was the case brought against them. Here's what they said. How would you judge? So the girls got an opportunity to look at real life issues and real life issues that they could easily come across. Another session, we've had two different iterations of choices and consequences.
Right.
So the ladies get presented with issues, stuff that happens daily, and then figuring out based on that, what are some consequences that
Mhm.
could ensue as a result of this choice, or if you made that choice.
Right.
We've had people come in to talk about social media, about bullying, about I have to look down. So you did a session on creating vision boards, which
Right.
is really good, helping the girls to see, and I love to tell them if you don't have a goal for your body, for what you want to do, you're like a little marionette. And you're
Right.
kind of, I am, just pull my string, whichever way you want me to go. Because somebody's got goals and desires for what they want to do with you, what they want to do with your body. If you don't have goals, then you are susceptible to succumb to who's ever commanding the
So
string.
true. So
Uh,
true.
so lots of stuff, lots of different things. So, like I say, it's difficult to pull out one. We had a professor from uh, Ohio Dominican
Yes.
and she talked to them about training your inner critic.
Ooh.
We throughout life, I do. I have an inner critic that sometimes says, "Girl, what you finna say? Nobody want to hear you say that." And that inner critic starts early in life.
Mm,
So the professor was trying to encourage them to figure out how to tame that inner critic so that that inner critic, the self talk, is not destructive self talk, but self talk that will be beneficial. When you learn it early, you always have the inner critic,
right.
but you know what to do with them. You know how to thwart that discussion that's going on. We have people teach on etiquette, on how to sit at the table and properly figure out why do they have three forks? Which one? Wait, what am I gonna do with that extra spoon? So to show them how to be socially correct, at a dinner table. Hygiene. We had a lady, a barber actually, that comes in to teach them hygiene, proper cleanliness for the body, uh, when to brush the teeth. We have people come in to show them how to wash their hair, how
Mm-hmm.
often to care for natural
Right.
hair. So,
Right.
girl, can you tell? A whole lot of stuff. Which one did I like most? Oh, I like them all.
And here's the funny thing, and I'm like in my head, I'm like, yep, that's the one I like too. Yeah, they were all each facilitator was powerful and impactful to the young ladies, but it was more impactful, I have to say, for me, because I was like, you're
Right,
right. Especially the hair, I sat in on the hair one. I'm like, okay, that was right. I needed that was a
right.
good tip. So I so agree with you there. But this is amazing program. So, Miss Sheri, where do you see Thrive going in? Where can you see Thrive being in 3 years from now?
Um, right now, we are in one high school, and that takes a lot because you got all of these women that we're bringing in. I would love to see it enhanced and in maybe one or two more, not too many more than that because there's a whole heap of stuff, to see it continuing to thrive, you know,
Absolutely.
see it continuing to flourish, so that we can bless more girls. We can help
Absolutely.
more girls. Yeah.
Absolutely. Real quick, Andrea Bailey Tweed says, grateful for you, Sister Sheri and Pamela. Love you both. And then Miss Broshonda says, hello, ladies.
Ah,
And
so
then,
now both of them. Andrea, thank you, my dear sister. Your oils, I need to buy something soon. And Brashandra is my partner in crime. So Brashandra here is the person that helps create the curriculum. And when I can't be there, she is there. She is a creative mind and an empath. So one
mhm.
of her greatest strengths is she feels things and feels them differently. So I can be up in front of the group talking and miss a whole lot going on. She will sense what is necessary and share it and even address it then. So she has her own, and although this is not for that, but just to say she has several initiatives that are giving platforms.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so she's always reminding us to be the give, uh,
Right.
and in particular through 31 products. So, hey,
Absolutely.
Chandra, how yay!
And then we also have Elisa Hurt. She says, hello, ladies.
Yes, and hello, Elisa. Looking forward to working with you again.
Yeah.
We work through at the table.
Absolutely. So, Miss Sheri, real quick, and then where do you see, or not, where do you see, as we're moving towards our big event, the Women Empowerment Luncheon, how do
Yeah.
you see Thrive playing its part into that?
So, because Thrive is one of the main platforms, it's an initiative that's going all year. Whether we end up with the lunch, whether we have the domestic violence piece, we're in the schools with the girls. So it will be a good opportunity to showcase some of the young ladies. We
Mm,
said throughout the semester that we're going to invite them and their parents.
yeah.
In addition to that, there is one young lady who was in our original Thrive program, Elfrida Karoma. And she was from, and I don't have her particulars in front of me, so I won't say specifically, but from an African country, originally coming here. And she was a member of one of the original classes. And not too long after, maybe about a year, I saw an article in the news about her.
Yeah.
She's developed her own fashion styles. She is on her way through college. She is doing fantastic. So I see us bringing her so that others can see, look what happens. Here
Mhm.
is a success story. So bringing her to showcase as a success story.
Absolutely. Real quick, Andrea says Rashonda is a wonderful spirit. She's an amazing spirit, man.
Yeah.
Rashonda says, love y'all. Love ya. She also says, I'm so grateful to serve with you, Miss Sheri. And then Elisa says, thank you. Same here, Sheri. Nice to meet you. So it's
Yeah.
glad everyone, if anybody, before we go, we're going to change the tables a little bit and have a little fun with Miss Sheri.
Uh-oh.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. If
Oh,
anyone who has any questions or want to drop any more comments, drop them in the feed. Miss Sheri and I will address them here. If not, I will definitely have them addressed before end of day by either her or and I. So Miss Sheri, let's change the stuff, change it a little bit, and this is all about you. But
uh-oh. Okay.
what is something fun you like to do?
I am an avid reader. I love good books. I love finding them, reading them, giving them away. I will almost always have a book on tape in the car, a
Mm-hmm.
book in the house that I am reading. I love a good movie. So both.
Both. So
Yeah.
what book are you currently reading right now?
Oh, see, so the book that, and let's see if I can find one right here on my, I always have a million of them sitting around. I just got one from an author, a young lady that I know that lives in, see, and because I'm saying that, okay, well, we'll just pull out a different one. But hers is about domestic violence. Her name is Tiffany Mensah. And I mentioned her to Deshawn to say her book just came out. She would be a great person for the domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this one, and I love it, is interesting that it's called You Save.
Ooh, saved you a seat. Okay.
So it's about saving a seat at the table, finding and keeping lasting friendships. So got that one. And then, oh, here's Tiffany's book. Good. It's called Forgotten Memoir. So this is her story. There was a lot of abuse in her home and how she and her mother both survived it and the results of that. And one more, because these are all sitting right here by my,
No problem. No problem.
just when you thought you knew it all. And this one again is about relationships.
Okay.
Yeah, so lots of books.
I'm
Okay.
I'm with you. I have my Audible. I have books on Audible, so I have lots of books on Audible. One book I'm reading right now is by Damon Johns called Power Shift, which is it's really a powerful book.
Very good. See, now on my Audible, so I use Overdrive from the library. All
Yeah.
of the books are, that's where I do my fiction, you
Okay.
know, my little novels there.
Yeah, absolutely. Brashonda says you're such a jewel. Excuse me. That's what.
Oh, don't make me cry in front of folks. My nose get red. I don't cry already.
You both are amazing women, and I'm so blessed to know you both. So I'm grateful for all of that. Well, Miss Sheri, as we're wrapping our show up, we have been on almost 30 minutes. It's gone by so fast. We could talk for days, and now it's gone by fast. Real quick, can you tell everybody where our listeners or viewers can find more about At the Table?
Sure. It's at the table inc.org. So ATTRINC.org. Or on Facebook at the table.
Absolutely. Well, before we close it out, what would be your lasting words for everybody?
You know, I challenge women, I challenge people, period, to recognize that what we have right now, even though it doesn't feel like it, is a gift. It's a gift that affords us the opportunity to sit back, take stock of who we are, who our mama was, you know, what we bring to the table as a result of where we've been, what we've learned, what do we enjoy, what are we passionate about, and consider all of those things so that when we do get out, we don't just get out. We thrive. We take the time to be beneficial. I know that. So at the table is not a religious organization, but it is faith-based. So we don't talk Jesus, we don't talk church, but that's my background. And I know that my responsibility is to enhance the reputation of God. How do I do that? By figuring out those things that I said and then being busy about the business of enhancing the lives of others. So I'm daring folk to figure out what's that you got in your hand, use it.
Absolutely. I love it. Miss Brashonda says, glory. I know that's right, Miss. I know Brashonda. She's getting ready to take us to another level. I know that's right. Well, everybody, I'm going to close it out with I want you all to recognize and connect to yourself and get to know who you are. What a perfect time to do it is while we're doing the social distancing. Distance yourself and distance yourself to you. Get to know you. So then when it comes time to come back together, you are clear on who you are and no one else can tell you who you to be. So until next week, I will have another amazing at the table guest come on here. Miss Sheri, thank you so much for joining me. This was amazing. I look forward to it again. But until then, everyone, as I always say, you guys rock. If no one ever tells you, you're all a blessing. So go out here and be a blessing to someone else. Until next week, bye, everybody.
Take care.